Hey look, somebody asked me a question. I better answer it.
Hey, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today I have a question from Sanjay. Hopefully I'm not butchering your name, sorry. He wants to know, what is ADAS technology and how does it work in a car? So I'm going to be referring to notes a lot because there's nomenclature and other things that I really need to get right for you to understand this. And I'm not good at always remembering those acronyms and what they stand for. So I'll break this down for you using my notes. ADAS stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. Almost every vehicle produced right now has something that falls into this category of systems. So it can be things like adaptive cruise control, frontal collision mitigation or management, with like automatic braking, things like that. It could just be the detection system, like pedestrian detection. It could be lane keeping, all of those things. So these are a combination of driver's aids. So some of everything, some of them are very safety oriented, some of them are more for convenience, but all of them have some sort of driver assistance nudge. So there's something, it's assisting the driver somehow, whether it be to make the driver safer or to improve the driving and lower fatigue, which makes driving safer or better. So there's a lot of these systems. Most modern vehicles have something in them that's like that. Most of them work using similar technologies. A lot of them have either a combined computer or separate computers that all report to one boss computer, as it were. So going with the like adaptive cruise and pedestrian detection and crash avoidance systems, all of those things, almost all of those run on the same things. They use a combination of cameras and radar, and usually LiDAR, which is radar that uses light. So instead of radar itself is actually a sound, sort of. So it's a wavelength, and the LiDAR is in the light area of the spectrum, whereas like sonar is in the sound spectrum and so forth. So there's some sort of radar, probably LiDAR as well, and a camera of some kind. So different manufacturers do it different ways. They have different ways of combining those to make the system work. Subaru, for example, is very camera-based. They have dual cameras, so dual vision cameras that are seeing in stereoscopic, so they're seeing in 3 dimensions, and they can see color and differentiate things like brake lights versus just tail lights, that sort of stuff. Then you have systems that are more radar-based, so you have like Nissan. Their system uses lots of radar arrays that can look under a car to see what's going on in the cars ahead of that and ahead of even that. Then these vehicles can, for parking sensors, they're more close-range radar, so they're looking at what's around the car to tell you if you're going to hit something. Same with pedestrian detection. Then, you know, all the way through the spectrum. So all of those systems are working to do the same things in most of these vehicles. It's just the programming that's different, and the emphasis, what they're emphasizing their system on. Then you have the more convenience systems that are not necessarily advanced safety. So there you have things like advanced forms of climate control, or the ability to speak to the vehicle rather than, you know, you hold down the voice button or just talk to it. Like with a BMW, you can say, "Hey BMW." Those sorts of assistance systems that then can move into driver convenience. So you can like start up navigation using it. You can start up, you can adjust some of the safety systems with those. For example, you pull into the car wash, you turn off the parking radars because you don't want them going off as you go through the car wash. Those sorts of things. So there's different levels, different things. All of them are working to do the same thing. Most of these systems can be overridden, they can be shut off, some of them can be ignored, and some of them can be, like I said, they can be shut off entirely. Some of them can be modulated, so you can set the sensitivity, lots of different things. So, but all of these systems are in common with the ADAS group. And like I said, there are very few vehicles being produced that do not have some of this in them. So I've spent time in Nissan with their Pro Pilot system, which holds the lane and drives you. I've been in the Mercedes doing a very similar thing. I've been in Subaru doing a very similar thing. I've been in vehicles that park themselves, so you can just say, hey, park, and then you just sit there and let it do its thing, with different levels of interaction required from the driver. Some of them you have to run things, some of them you just sit and wait. I have been in vehicles that you can stand outside them and park them. BMW has a system where you can literally use a key fob, park the car. There are, just lots of different driver convenience items and safety systems that are proliferating. I've been in entry-level base cars, cheap cars, $17,000, $18,000 that have adaptive cruise control and heated seats in them. I mean, so there's a lot happening in technology-wise for vehicles right now, and it's pretty amazing. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question, Sanjay, and hopefully this helps, I guess. Again, if you have a question, you want me to answer it, hit me up down in the comments. Find me on AaronOnAutos.com. Look me up on the social medias. Make sure to tag me. Usually it's at MacAaron or at Aaron Turpin, or both. Or Aaron on Autos. I have Facebook pages, so on. So just find me, ask me your question. Sanjay here, he found me on Facebook. So there you go. All right, this has been Aaron, AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon.